Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this moon wanes. She lingers my desires.
Oh. 4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing thee injuries, but I will wed thee in another key.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander! And my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou Lysander! Thou hast given her rhymes with cunning, hast thou filched my daughter's heart, and turned her obedience which is due to me to stubborn harshness. And my gracious duke, be it so, she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens, as she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, but I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death or to abjure forever in the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, take time to pause, and by the next moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
God, for Lysander! True, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nader's daughter Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry on this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But Demetrius, come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you, arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up to death or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta, what cheer, my love?
With duty and desire we follow you.
Oh, me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth.
Then let us teach our child patience, because it is a customary cross as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia, I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remotely 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, there will I stay for thee.
Oh, my good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me tomorrow, truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Oh. Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again, unsay. Demetrius loves yours fair. Oh, happy fair. Sickness is catching, oh, her favor so. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smile such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hates me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the wood where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us. And good luck grant thee thy Demetrius.
Oh, happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in game perjure themselves, forever themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight, then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But here mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company met?
You are best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and the most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the Weaver.
Ready? Name what part I am for, and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover, tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms to the rest. Yet my chief humour is for a tyrant. Oh, I could play Hercules rarely, or a part to tear a cat in, to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' gar shall shine from far, and make and mar the foolish fates. Hey, this was lofty. Now, name the rest of the players. This was Hercules' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows bender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is this be? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, Faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
No, that's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
Oh, no. And I may have my face. Let me play Thisbe too. Oh, speak in a monstrous little voice. Oh, Thisbe. Oh, Pyramus, lover, dear, thy Thisbe, dear, and lady, dear.
No. You must play Pyramus, and flute, you, Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout the tinker.
Here, Peter Quid.
You, Pyramus' father. Thisbe's father. And Snug the joiner, you, the lion's part. And I hope, here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it to me, for I am slow of study.
No, you may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I'll make the Duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
You should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies, and they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang us, every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, if that you should fright the ladies out of their wits, then they would have no more discretion than but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, so that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you, and 'twere a nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus, he is a sweet-faced man, proper man, a most lovely gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it.
Masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and then meet me in the wood, the palace wood a mile about the town, by moonlight, for there we will rehearse. For if we meet in the city, we will be dogged with company, and our devices no.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough.
How now, spirit, whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to dew her orbs upon the green. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all our elves, come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell in wrath, for she as her attendant hath a lovely Indian boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. Oh, and jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forest wild. But she perforce holds the lovely boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy.
Either I mistake your shape in making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he that frights the maidens of the villagery? Those that hobgoblin call you and sweet pock, you do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
Thou speakst the right. I am that merry wanderer of the night. Baroom, fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, would that you were gone!
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest sleep of India? But that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your busked mistress and your warrior love to Theseus must be wedded. and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer spring met we on hill and dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margin of the sea, to dance our ringlets in the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain. The plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, and crows are fatted within the murrian flock. The human mortals want their winter here, and no night is now with him or carol blessed. Therefore, the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound, and thorough this distemperature we see. The seasons alter, the spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same debate and this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. And we are their parents and original.
You amend it then. It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairy land buys not the child of me. His mother was a bottress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air, by night full often had she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood. And when we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with wanton wind, which she with pretty and with swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again as from voyage, rich with merchandise. Oh, but she, being mortal of that boy, did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within these woods intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round to see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away! We shall chide down right if I stay longer.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove. I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
Well, I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed, a certain aim he took, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower. The herb I showed thee once, the juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, will make man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a gird around the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or an busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love, and ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and the fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
Oh, drama, you hard-hearted adamant.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair, or do I not, in plainest truth, tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
Even for that do I love you. The more I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, nay, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am to follow you.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night.
It is not night when I do see your face. Therefore, I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood lack worlds of company for you. In my respecter all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I will not stay your questions, let me go. Or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Find Demetrius. Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as many men do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. Oh, I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it here. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where ox slips and the nodding violet grows. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, and in these flowers with dances and delight, there the snake throws her enamelled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it. Seek through this grove, a sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, and do it when the next thing he espies will be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Inspect it with some care, that he may prove fond on her than she upon his love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come now, a roundel. Sing me now asleep. Then to your offices and let me rest.
Lullaby and good night.
Sleep.
Hence,
Baby.
away. Now all is well. One aloof stands sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost awake, do it for thy true love's take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye thou shalt appear. When thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Oh, fair love. You faint with wandering in this wood, and to speak troth, I forgot our way. Oh, will rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out a bed. For I upon this bank will rest my head.
Oh, one turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny for lying, so Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. But gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off. In human modesty. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er altered till thy sweet life end.
Here's my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be fresh.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night and silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And here, the maiden, sleeping sound, on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Hey, thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee, hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay, on thy peril, I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this long chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, whereso her pretty lives, for she is blessed and attractive eyes. Look you her eyes so bright, not with salt tears. If so, mine eyes are oftener washed than hers. Oh, no, I am as ugly as a bear. But who is here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead? Or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake!
Whoa! Oh, hey. Oh. And running through fire, I will for thy sweet sake, transparent. Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword!
Lysander, say no fool. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Oh, content with Hermia, no. I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. I will not change a raven for a dove.
Wherefore was I to this king mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Good truth, you do me wrong. Good sooth you do. In such disdainful manner me to woo, but fare you well. Perforce, I must confess, I thought you lord of a more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near.
Help me! Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Oh, I pity me. Oh, what a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent eat my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What, removed? Lysander, Lord! Okay, what, out of hearing, gone? No sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak! And if you hear, speak of all loves. I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I will perceive you all not nigh. Either death or you will find it immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat, and here is a marvelous convenient place for a rehearsal.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How unsee that?
Fire like it a parlous fear.
I believe that we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Oh, not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Now, write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, it shall be so, such a prologue, and we will have it written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Make it 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourself that to bring in God shield as a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
No. You must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck. And he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble. My life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my life. No. I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And there indeed let him name his name, and tell them plainly, Snug the joiner.
Oh, well, it shall be so. Oh, but there is 2 hard things, that is to bring moonlight into a chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar, look in the almanac, find out moonshine,
Oh, yes, it doth shine that night.
Why then, you may leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lanthorn and say that he comes to disfigure, or to present, or to be the person of moonshine. Oh, then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wall. Let him hold his fingers thus, and then through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe sort of whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Okay, come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoke your speech, you enter into that break, and then so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? Oh, a play toward! I'll be an auditor, and an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
On speak! Pyramus, Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savours.
Odors.
Odours, savours, sweet, so hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice, stay thou but here a while, and by To thee I will appear.
Stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Or must I speak now?
Yeah, Mary, must you, for you must understand that he goes but to see a noise that he heard and he is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of colour like the red rose on triumphant briar, most brisky, juvenile, and eke most lovely Jew, as truest horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus tomb? Man, you must not speak that yet. You answer that to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It's never tire.
As truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair, Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, strange. Oh, we are haunted. Oh, pray, mistress. Pray, mistress. Help. Oh.
Why do they run away? Now, this is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, madam, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do ya?
Oh, bless thee, bottom, bless thee, thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they would, but I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I'll walk up and down here, and I will sing, that they shall hear I am not afraid. The owls of cocks are black of hue, with orange tawny bill. The throstle with his notes are true, the wren with little quill. The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo grey, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer nay.
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note, and so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. And thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that, and yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
No, not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed.
Ready.
And I. Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, and purple grapes and green figs and mulberries and honey bags. Steal from the humble bees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs, and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes. To have my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
Hail.
Hail.
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. Your name?
Peas blossom.
Oh, good Master Peas Blossom. I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. Your name, I beseech you.
Mustard seed.
Yay, good Master Mustard Seed. I know your patience well. I promise you and your kindred have made my eyes water ere now.
Come, wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awake. Then what was it that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity? Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grave?
Oh, my mistress with a monster is in love.
Oh, this falls out better than I could devise. Hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that's finished too. And the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Stand close. This is that same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being our shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. Good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught that I could tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege, never to see me more.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while, I will remain.
Oh, what hast thou done? Hast mistaken quite and laid the love juice on some true love sight. About the wood, go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. By some illusion, see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakes, if she be by, beg of her for penity.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Side, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then will two at once woo one. That must needs be sport alone, and those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her or?
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
None in my mind. Now you give her or?
Demetrius loves her and he loves you not.
Oh, Helena, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe in show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow.
Oh, fight. Oh, hell, I see. You all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so to vow and swear and super praise my parts, when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so. For you love Hermia, this you know, I know, and here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her, but as guest-wise sojourned. And now to Helen is it home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide it dear. Look, where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I think, it brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him bide. Fair Helen, who more engilds the night than all you fiery O's and O's of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know? The hate I bear thee made me leave thee so.
No, you speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Oh, she's one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me.
No.
Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we have chanced a hasty-footed time for parting us? Oh, is it all forgot? And you will rend our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend. It is not friendly. 'Tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not said, Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine, and rare, that you should pity rather than despise?
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persever. Counterfeit sad looks make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink each at other, hold the sweet jest up. But fare you well. 'Tis partly mine own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
No, stay, gentle Helena. Hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul. Fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Oh, thou canst compel, and no more than she entreat. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it. 2.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where 2 tends all this?
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr. Vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What changes that sweet love?
Thy love, out. Tawny tartar, out. Loathed medicine, hated potion, hence.
Do not you jest?
Tooth, and so do you.
No, Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee. Come on.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What should I hurt her? Strike her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I will not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me! Wherefore? Oh, me, what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why, then, you left me. Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest, shall I say?
Aye, by my life, and never to desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, out of question of doubt, be certain, nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee and love.
Oh, me, you. Hey, juggler. You, canker blossom, you thief of love. What? Have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine of faith. Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? Or will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I? Thou painted maypole, speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes.
Oh, I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not strike me. You may perhaps think because she is something lower than myself that I cannot her.
Lower, hark again!
Oh, good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that in love unto Demetrius I told him of yourself and to this wood he followed you. For love I followed him, but he hath tricked me and threatened to me to strike me, spare me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go to Athens, I will bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and fond I am.
Why get you gone? Who is that hinders you?
Oh, foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when we went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little! Again! Nothing but low and little! Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her. Let's go!
Oh.
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your service. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part. If thou dost intend an ever so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Oh, get you gone, dwarf, you minimus of hindering not grass made. You bead, you acorn. Now she holds me not. Now follow if thou darest to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee cheek by jowl.
Who?
You, mistress. All this coil is long of you.
I will not trust you.
Go not back.
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands and mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
No. Ugh. I am amazed. I know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries wilfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook.
Thou seest, these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie therefore, Robin, o'ercast the night, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, and when they wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. Whiles I in this affair do employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy, and then I will her charmed eye release from monster's view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, at whose approach ghosts wandering here and there troop home to churchyards, damned spirits all.
But we are spirits of another sort. But notwithstanding haste, make no delay, or we must effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, high and fear through field and town. God will lead them up and down. All right. Here comes one.
Demetrius, where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled?
Thou coward, recreant, come, child. I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here.
The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. That fallen am I in a dark, uneven way, and here will rest me. Oh, come thou gentle day.
Ho, 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 coward! Why comest thou not?
Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay then, thou mockest me. Oh, faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
Oh, weary night. Oh, long and tedious night. It'll be a while for my own company.
Yet but 3. Come one more. 2 of both kinds make up 4.
Never so weary, never so in woe. I can no further crawl, no further go. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Oh, heaven's shield, Lysander, if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all will be well.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready.
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready.
Right, Cobweb, get your weapons in your hand. Kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the top of a thistle, and bring me the honey bag. Where's Mustard Seed?
Ready?
Right, give me a leaf, Mustard Seed. Pray you leave your courtesy.
What's your will?
Oh, nothing but to help Cavalieri Cobweb to scratch. I must have the barbers, monsieur, for methinks a marvellous hairy about the face, and I'm such a tender ass, if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What, wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
Yeah, I have a reasonable good ear in music.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
I could munch you a good dry oats.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather have a handful or 2 of dried peas. but I pray let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in mine arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbines, the sweet honeysuckle, gently entwist the female ivy, so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Dotage now, I do begin to pity the meeting her of late behind the wood, when I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience. I then did ask her of her changeling child, which straight she gave me. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to see. Now, my Titania, wake ye, my sweet queen.
My Oberon. Oh, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass?
Silence a while. Robin, take off his head.
Now, when thou wakest, with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Sound, music. Come, my queen. Take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be.
Fairy king, attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night, that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
Oh, one of you, find out the forester. My love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. And this Lysander. This Demetrius is. And this Helena. Old Nada's Helena. I wonder if they're being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May. But speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give her answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Good morrow, friends. Saint Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds but to couple now.
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half asleep, half waking, but as yet, I swear I cannot truly say how I came here, but as I think for truly I would speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would. Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them. But my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is. My love to Hermia melted as the snow, seems to me now as the remembrance of an idle gaud, which in my childhood I did dote upon. And all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of my eye is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will evermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by with us these couples shall be eternally be knit. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable.
Oh, methinks I see these things with parted eye when everything seems double.
Well, methinks. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we're awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yeah, yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta?
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
And then we are awake! Let's follow him. And by and by, let us recount our dreams.
Most fair Pyramus. Peter Quince, flute, the bellows mender, snout, starveling. Oh, God's my life. Stolen hence, left me asleep. I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream. Past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound this dream. Methought I was... oh, there's no man can tell what. Methought I was... methought I had... But man's just a patched fool if he'll offer to say what methought I had. No, the eye of man hath not heard. The ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I'll get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It should be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. Oh, and I'll sing it in the latter end of the play before the Duke. But peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I'll sing it at her death.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Has he come home yet?
It cannot be heard of at a doubt he is transported.
Come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward.
It's not possible. You have not a man in all of Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh!
Hey, woo, where are these lads? Where are these harps? Now, master. Yeah, masters. Masters. I am to discourse wonders. But ask me not what, for if I tell you, I'm no true Athenian. Oh, I'll tell you everything, right as it fell out.
Oh, let us hear sweet Bottom.
Oh, no, not a word of me, no. Oh, well, all that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps, meet presently at the palace, every man look o'er his part, for the short and long is... our play is preferred. Hey, most dear actors, eat no onions or garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath, and I do not doubt but to hear them say it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away, go, away.
'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancies images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Come now. What masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth?
Here, Martyr Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mask? What music? How shall we beguile this lazy time, if not with some delight?
Well, there is a brief how many sports are ripe, and make choice of which your highness will see first. The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp.
Will none of that. That I have told my love in glory of my kinsman Hercules.
The riot of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in the rage.
Yes.
The thrice 3 muses, mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary.
That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with a nuptial ceremony.
A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth.
Merry and tragical, tedious and brief. That is, hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play, but by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play, there's not one word apt, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein does kill himself, which when I saw rehearse, I must confess made mine eyes water.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never laboured in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it's not for you. I've heard it over, and it's nothing in the world.
I will hear that play. Go, bring them in, and to your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness overcharged or charged in duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
So please to grace the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
Offend. It is with our good will that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill, to show our simple skill that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to contest you. Our true intent is, all for your delight, we are not here. That you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
Fellow doth not stand upon points. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show. Well, wonder on till truth makes all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous Lady Thisbe is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder and through walls chink. These men, poor souls, they are content to whisper, at which let no man wonder. This man with lanthorn, dog, and bush of thorn presenteth moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which Lionheart by name, the trusted Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And when she fled, her mantle did she fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth, and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe mantle slain, whereat with bloody blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe, tearing in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
Wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord, one lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one snout by name, present a wall. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so, And this, the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Hire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that I ever heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim looked night. Oh, night with hue so black. Oh, night, which ever art when day is not. Oh, night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisby's promise is forgot, and thou, oh wall, oh sweet, oh lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine, thou wall, oh sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Ooh. Thanks, courteous wall. Now, what see I? No Thisby do I see. Ah, wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
O wall, full often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisby's face. Thisby!
My love, thou art my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt, I am thy lover's grace, and like Lymander am I trusty still.
And I like Helen till the fates me kill.
Not Shafalus to Procrus was so true.
As Shafalus to Procrus I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
Oh, I kiss the wall's hole and not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus wall away doth go.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
Two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now, perchance, both quake and tremble here when lion, rough in wildest rage, doth roar. Then know that I, one snug the joiner am. A lion fell, no else, no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast of a good conscience.
Mm-hmm.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
You should have worn the horns on his head.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, do seem to be.
I am aweary of this moon. Would he would change.
Oh, proceed, moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lanthorn is the moon. I, the man in the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lanthorn, for all these are in the moon. But silence! Here comes Thisby.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where is my love?
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisby.
Well shown, moon. Truly the moon shines with a good grace.
Well moused, lion.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe sight. But stay. Oh, spite. But mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear, thy mantle, good, what? Stained with blood. Approach, ye furies fell. O fates, come, come. Cut thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude, and quell.
Oh, beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore nature didst thou lion's frame, since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, which is which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears confound out sword and wound the pap of Pyramus, I that left pap where heart doth hop. Thus die I, thus. Now am I dead, now am I fled, my soul is in the sky. Come, lose thy light, moon, take thy flight. Now die, 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 die.
Oh, how chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover.
Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Oh God, I hope she will be brief.
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
Sleep, my love. What? Dead! My dove! Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak, speak. Quite dead. Dead, the tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These my lips, this cherry nose, this yellow cowsley cheeks are gone. Gone. Lovers make moan, his eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me. With hands as pale as milk, lay them in gore, since you have shore with shears this thread of silk. Shh, tongue, not a word. Come, trust these words. Come, blade, my breast farewell, friends. Thus this be ends. Adieu. Adieu.
Moonshine and lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and wool too.
Will it please you to see the epilogue or to hear a burgomaster dance between two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you, for your play needs no excuse, never excuse. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12 lovers to bed, sweet friends to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity, in nightly revels and new jollity.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended. That you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck a liar call. So, good night unto you all, and give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, welcome, folks. The histories are done, and we're back. So we are so glad you're with us. Thank you for joining us here in this home. Hit us with those discoveries.
It's weird. I sort of know this play so well. It always feels like there's going to be nothing new, but every single time, just from a performance thing, everyone's sort of interpretation and the way anyone takes any of these parts, however famous it is, always feels new. And I think that's just something that's always new for me, is just how new every single version of this can be, and just how much it can work with people being this far away from each other. Just going for it is just beautiful.
Absolutely. I feel like the Mechanicals play was actually always meant to be a live stream Zoom performance, that they absolutely got together and they're like, okay, how are we going to do this? All right, everybody's ready to go. Everybody's ready. It was just so close to home. It was amazing.
I think I realized for the first time really how much this play is meant to be in motion, especially with the levers. This is a play that I've like done too many times and was feeling like a little bit sick of. And so, but I was like excited coming into this, and I missed rehearsal yesterday. So I sat down today and was like, how am I gonna like do this in my room? And I realized that the text itself, like, it tells you when to move. It tells you when you're supposed to be in motion just by the tempo of it. And it was very, very easy to know, like, where there's supposed to be motion. And it's through most of it, but I just love how baked into it that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the new thing that I saw, or perhaps something that I think is supposed to be there, but I really saw for the first time tonight, was that Puck is a bad boy. And you know what? He just does not care. Does not care. He's otherwise distracted by what he wants to do. And that's what makes him so fun, right? It's just like he doesn't care. It's just fun. Let's just go ahead and, let's mess this up. And all of the, including the bathroom humor, I think was hysterical and just right for Puck. I've seen Puck played too many times as this cutesy little fairy, and he's a goblin, which is a totally different thing. So thank you, Alex, because you have renewed my faith in Puck.
I will say, I thought Dan cast me as Puck as a form of torture. You know what I mean? Because he knows that I have always hated this play. This was the first time I've ever interacted with it in any meaningful way and enjoyed it. Like, period, hands down. Because it's so whimsical, and like I don't do whimsy well. I like humor. I love humor, but I don't do whimsy. Just sort of like people being like, and so I thought Dan was fucking with me on purpose. So I was like, all right, you want to do that? I'll play your little game.
I think that's totally the thing there a lot with this play, is that when you hit it right, when you hit it in its heart, it's actually not whimsical. It's hard and it's dark. And which is why that Puck works so well, that it wasn't just a flouncy sprite. There was something else behind it. And I think the whole play, everything that's going on with the lovers, it's not as whimsical as it can be done.
CP, any discoveries down in the YouTube land?
Yeah, we have people discovering that Tash is a goddess. We have people saying that we did on Zoom what no theater or cinema could. And then it's sort of as a segue in the lots of agreeing about Alex being a fantastic Puck. And then the segue being that it's amazing all the choices that everyone made in such a short rehearsal period, so full and playful and brilliant. So sort of a segue into question 2.
Yeah, I'll take that. So crew, what word, image, phrase jumped out for us today?
Peter Quince's bees.
Yes.
A foolish heart I leave here behind.
I just think all of Titania's speech when she's talking about how their chorals have set the world on its ear, and that just so rings deeply for me these days.
Huck's line, where they're like, it's toward the end of the night, and they say something about like, there's dragons and ghosts, troop home to churchyards, damned spirits all. I guess I never heard that because I was like, wow, that's really dark. Like, we're all fairies and like playing pranks, and now you want to bring up like lost spirits trying to find their way home? That really struck me.
I might be slightly misquoting, but can you do me greater harm than hate? Is just painfully beautiful.
Yeah.
We got some comments on the tubes on this question, if you're ready for them.
Yeah.
We got the lovers moving around popped out for people. Alex being shirtless popped out for people. The phrase "I could munch your good dry oats" popped out. Lysander loving the play within the play popped out. And then the line, "Your play needs no excuse" popped out.
I think for me, hearing all the mentions of how like shitty the props are was really exciting, because we're just here like grabbing whatever's nearby and running with it. And it was great that didn't necessarily have to be staged. You just kind of like looked around. You're like, oh damn, all I have is like a fly swatter and this old cell phone, and like you put things together, and then like that's your play. There you go. I did like a tour of my basement over here, and it's like I need to find the right prop, and I was like, no, I don't. I just need to grab the thing that's next to my leg, and the play asks for it. So there, it felt nice to be given that permission right in the text. Well, y'all, any thoughts on why does this play matter, or why doesn't this play matter to us today?
Because it's a sweet, 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 sweet release. Yay!
Yeah, I second that. It gives you a chance to be silly. Just being silly. And I'm with Alex on this one. I hate this play. But I loved what we did tonight, because it was just so much fun. And everybody was just letting go and going with it, and yeah.
It's weird to think that maybe it was very relevant for us as an ensemble, like maybe in the world too, but like the histories were awesome. The history slapped, but it kind of felt like they were a slingshot, and we just like play after play just kept loading this thing. And then to have this one be the first that comes after, like, pew, it just felt like it was like cabin fever. And you finally got to leave the house, and that was really a gift.
Yeah, coming off the back of the histories for us lot as well. We're up to series 6 of The Office, me and my boys, and tonight's episode, the firm about to go bankrupt, and Jim, who's co-manager, is saying, "Okay, we go back to work," whereas the other co-manager is going, "No, let's have a murder mystery game, and let's distract everybody by playing a game and being all, getting in role and that." So I feel like there's an element of that tonight as well. We can kind of we'll get lost in the game, which is nice. It's Tash's thing. A sweet, 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 sweet release. Plus, can I just commend everyone on their dressing up? I got a little bit flustered. I've seen all this stuff on the screen. I was going, "Oh dear." I thought those hormones had like lain down and died, but maybe not. Thank you for that little gift, ladies and boys. Alex, very nice.
I think this is such. I think this. Okay, I was gonna say this is, and now I want to rectify my statement too. It can be such a good play for young people. Because it can spur so much conversation around like the awkward ways we find ourselves like interested in other people, and what attraction looks like and feels like, and what rejection looks like and feels like, and what it feels like to respond to attraction and rejection. And I don't know, I've had a lot of great conversations with young people about what this play has meant for them in terms of like what they're doing in their lives, and how this really feels like something that was like in the mind of a 13 or 12-year-old in terms of like the correct thing to do, and then to be able to be like, yeah, so this is what does feel right when you're 12 or 13, and let's talk about the like adult thing to do.
And I think, riffing off that, I think there's a huge thing about what we experience in our dreams and in our private, very, very private moments, that we get an opportunity to see ourselves either at our most egotistical or our least egotistical. And that can sometimes help us make decisions on using less ego when we make decisions in relationships and with people we have and people we love. I think there's quite a few characters in this play who are confronted with their ego in the dream world, which makes them begin to change, at least in the real world.
Y'all, that was deep. CP, is the YouTube that deep?
YouTube is popping. So we have a lot of people that are agreeing with Tash about the sweet release. We've got it's a break from the histories and the present. Puck's idea of sport is the best explanation I have for the state of politics now. Can we bribe him to make them sane again? Yeah, and then we have, to Tom's point about darkness, it brings up difficult questions about consent and obsession.
Agreed, YouTube.
As yeah, I can say, as a person who is a Shakespeare educator and a consent and sex educator, I have a lot of complicated feelings about this play and about what it teaches young people unless we also have conversations with them about this play.
Absolutely. Well, if you want to keep having conversations about this play, then I think you ought to join us over in the Company Pub. And folks on the East Coast, it's only like 6:40 right now. So you can join us and still catch your regularly scheduled programming at 7. So tonight is your night to go ahead and join us. So if you are not contributing on that Patreon level, then we invite you to go ahead and do that. But as we have in the past couple as well, even in the midst of a lot of mirth, thank you to those who are continuing to give to causes beyond the work that we are doing here, because there is bigger work. This play is fun, but there's a lot of work that needs to keep happening. We thank you for funding that, and we hope you'll continue to do it too. So thanks for being here. Come back for Friday, Two Noble Kinsmen, and we look forward to seeing you in just a couple days. Until then, sweet dreams. Wow.